Hello students, today we will study Animal Kingdom Part 8, in which we will study about some groups of phylum Chordata. Now in the last class we studied about Cyclostomata and Chondrich thighs. Today we will study about third class, it is Ostrich thighs. So they are marine and freshwater fishes. So they are found in marine water as well as some are found in freshwater. The endoskeleton is made of bone. So the internal skeleton is made up of bone. That's why they are also called bony fishes. The body is streamlined. So it is pointed in the anterior part and broad in the center like a boat. The mouth is mostly terminal. So terminal means it is found at the end. Gill are mostly 4 pairs and they are covered by gill cover which is called operculum on each side of body. The skin is covered by cycloid or ctenoid scales. So they have large scales which are called cycloid. Cycloid means they have circular layers like concentric circles, and ctenoid means they have thorn like structures covering the scales. Air bladder is present. So they have air bladder which will help in floating or buoyancy. Heart is two chambered. So there are only two chambers, upper atrium and lower ventricle. They are cold blooded. So they cannot regulate their body temperature. They are affected by the surroundings. Sexes are separate. So male and female are different. Fertilization is usually external. It means that eggs and sperm are released in water where fertilization takes place. They are mostly oviparous, means they lay eggs. Development is indirect. Development is direct. So direct means they do not involve a larva. Example, so here we can see according to their habitat, they are of 3 types. Marine is found in seawater like Exocetus which is flying fish, Hippocampus which is seahorse. Now freshwater, Labio or Rohu, Katla it is called Clarius or Magur. It is also called catfish. In aquarium, betta or fighting fish is used and pterophyllum or angelfish is used. So here we can see Exocetus or flying fish. So we can see the anterior fins. They are called the pectoral fins. They are elongated and help in gliding. And here we can see hippocampus or seahorse. So Exocetus and hippocampus, they are marine fishes. And this we can see Katla. It is freshwater fish. Now the next is labio. So we can see operculum or gill cover is present. And this is clarias or catfish. We can see it has bristle-like structures over the mouth. That's why it is called catfish. In Hindi it is called magur. These are edible. Here we can see aquarium fish betta, which is very colorful, and this is pterophyllum. Both these are mostly used in aquariums. Now here we can summarize the difference between chondrich thighs and ostrich thighs. The two groups of fishes. The first is they are cartilaginous fishes. So they have endoskeleton of cartilage, and ostrich thighs are bony fishes. The mouth is ventral or in the lower side, and in bony fishes the mouth is terminal or on the anterior side. Operculum is absent, while in bony fishes the gill cover or operculum is present. Now they have placoid scales which are very small, and they have cycloid or ctenoid scales which are large, which can be seen over the body. Air bladder is absent and air bladder is present, so they can easily float. Fertilization is internal, while in ostrich thighs fertilization is external in water medium. They are mostly viviparous, means they give birth to young ones, while bony fishes are mostly oviparous, means mostly they give eggs. Now next we can see class Amphibia. So it comes from two words. Amphi means dual. Dual means double or both or in two places. And bios means life. So they have life in two places. Means they can live in water as well as on land. So they need both because they live on land but they lay their eggs in water to complete the life, and the young one also develops in water. So they need both habitats. Mostly two pair of limbs. So they have two pair of limbs or legs. Body divided into two parts, head and the rest body is called trunk. Tail is present in some members only. Their skin is moist because mucus is released over the skin, and they are without scales. So scales do not cover body. Eyes have eyelids. So eyes can be closed and opened. They have eyelids. Tympanum represent ear. So in the ear they have tympanum or a thin membrane representing the ear. The alimentary canal or the pathway for movement of food, the urinary tract through which urine and waste materials move, and reproductive tracts through which gametes move. All these three tubes, they open into a common chamber which is called cloaca. So this is an important property of amphibia, that alimentary canal, urinary tract and reproductive tract, all these three open into a common chamber called cloaca, and this cloaca open to the exterior through anus. Now respiration is by gills, in some member by lungs and also through skin. So respiration by gills, it is called pharyngeal respiration. Respiration by lungs is called pulmonary respiration, and respiration through skin, it is called cuticular respiration. Now through the skin, how they respire? On the outer surface of skin, mucus is released, a slimy material, sipply material is released, and oxygen dissolves from environment into the mucus, and the oxygen diffuses inside body. So they also use skin for respiration. Heart is three chambered, so we can see heart is more developed. There are two auricles, means right and left auricle, and only one ventricle. They are also cold-blooded. Now the sexes are separate, means male and female are different. Fertilization is external, means inside water. They lay eggs, so they are oviparous. Development is indirect, so they involve a larva. Example is bufo or toad, rana or common Indian frog, hyla or tree frog, salamandra or salamander, and ichthyophis. It is a limbless amphibia. It does not have legs. So here we can see this is salamandra. It is called tiger salamander because it has stripes. It looks like a lizard, but it is not a lizard. The skin is very slimy and it goes into water as well as on land. This is common Indian frog, Rana tigrina. The species is tigrina. In this we can see this is the mouth and the rest body is trunk. And we can see the hind limbs. Hind limbs are these. The backward legs, they are longer, while the forelimbs or front legs are smaller. And this we can see a tympanum or a thin structure which acts like the ear. Eyes are covered by eyelids. And this is a bufo or a toad. So toads have, we can see they have a number of structures over the body, over the skin. The skin is not smooth. These structures are called warts. So these swollen structures, they also contain poison in some forms. So the difference between Bufo and Rana, or toad and Indian frog, is that in the frog the skin is smooth, while in Bufo the skin is not smooth. It has many warts. Here we can see Hyla or tree frog. So it is very small and the fingers have cup-like structures which help in sticking to the surface, and this is Ichthyophis or limbless amphibia. So the skin is covered with mucus. We can see it is slimy. So it looks like a snake, but it is not a snake. It is a limbless amphibia. Okay children, thanks.